Those who have a rough road in love and gain nothing from their partner share a common trait: a strong sense of innocence. For example, to prove you are not materialistic, you refuse the other party's kindness and efforts. To prove your love, you continuously suppress your own needs and feelings to satisfy the other party. On the surface, it seems like you don't ask for anything in return, but in reality, you are just pursuing a sense of innocence. This sense of innocence often leads to suffering in your relationships. Why? From the perspective of cognitive science, there are two deep-seated reasons. One is that when you excessively pursue innocence, you let negative emotions overwhelm you because you want to be a good person in the relationship. This means you can't get angry or attack the other party, so you inevitably suppress a lot of inner negative emotions, causing internal conflict. Secondly, you unconsciously project the other party as a bad person in the relationship because when you want to be an absolute good person, you inevitably need someone to be an absolute bad person. Only then can your goodness be highlighted. So you project the other party as completely bad. Once the other party accepts your projection, they become that kind of person, which is known as projective identification in psychoanalysis. This reminds me of a client's experience. She said her boyfriend was too eager to pursue innocence in the relationship, too eager to be a good person. So, he kept emphasizing his sacrifices and contributions, forcing her to take the opposite stance and become an absolute bad person. She became increasingly depressed and avoidant in the relationship because she accepted her boyfriend's projection and also believed she was an incapable bad person. We say everything requires a balance of yin and yang, and intimate relationships are no exception. If you are too yang, the other party will be too yin. If you pursue innocence and want to be a good person, the other party will inevitably present a bad person image. If you want to prove that you are not materialistic, you are destined to attract people who want to take advantage of you. So, if you want to improve a romantic relationship, you must break out of this vicious cycle of innocence. How to break out? First, we need to understand why we are so obsessed with pursuing innocence. From a psychoanalytic perspective, people who excessively pursue innocence have a deep-seated fear of abandonment. Deep down, they have a strong belief that they are inherently unworthy of love. Because they believe they are unworthy of love, they constantly seek to please their partner and sacrifice themselves. For example, a childhood friend of mine is the eldest in her family and was taught from a young age to take care of her younger siblings and to always let them have their way. If she failed to do so or argued with her siblings, her parents would scold her for being immature. Gradually, she told herself that only by taking good care of her siblings would she be worthy of love. Otherwise, she would be abandoned. As a result, when this friend grew up and entered intimate relationships, she would suppress her own needs and feelings, believing that only by unconditionally giving would she be loved and worthy of love. But the outcome was predictable. She either encountered men who wanted to take advantage of her from the start or felt too repressed and powerless in the relationship, leading to a breakup. So, if you feel the need to earn love through giving and want to be an absolute good person in the relationship, you need to realize that this is not your true intention. Instead, it stems from your childhood experiences where you were not allowed to express negative emotions or be your true self. Therefore, in adulthood, you are fixated on being an innocent good person, willing to suppress yourself as long as you have a clear conscience. But in fact, you don't need to have a clear conscience. You just need to be yourself. When you are no longer obsessed with proving your goodness, allowing yourself to express negative emotions, and acknowledging your own needs, you can truly become yourself and genuinely gain the ability to love and be loved. Is that clear? We don't need to be perfect in others' eyes, because no matter what we are like, we are all worthy of love. If you enjoyed this series, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Your free likes are the greatest encouragement for me. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.